One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Selling. Data plus feelings. Considering DISC profiles, about 32% of the U.S. workforce has a personality conducive to being a salesperson. I'm not one of those. I'm in the 14% that are high D. I've had a unique relationship with selling for the past 17 years. I've always prided myself in being the non-salesy type of human. I often reference the greasy used car salesman as the antithesis of my selling process. I honestly don't even want to call it a selling process. I was able to be the lone estimator salesperson for my company and carry it to over $2 million in production. Here's what that looked like. I would schedule my estimates on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays between noon and 9 p.m. On average, I would do 5 to 9 estimates per day, 15 to 27 each week in total. 13 on one of those days was my record. I scheduled them aggressively. My average time on estimate was 27 minutes. I had all of my estimate forms filled up prior to embarking in my mobile command unit. When I hit the road, I hit the road. I would schedule just enough time between estimates to make a call, eat supper, or prepare myself for the next estimate, all while navigating to the next client. The pace was fast, and I loved it. It was my mission each day. On site, I would ring the doorbell, greet the client in the way that I had become accustomed. Hi there, I'm Nick Slavik the painter. I understand you want an estimate for your blank. I would listen, follow them to their blank, and start taking notes and images. I used clarifying questions as subtle guardrails to guide the conversation. Some anecdotes and humor would be worked in. I would tell them, I'm going out to my van to put this estimate together. Give me 10 or 15 minutes, I'll be back, we can walk through this together. And I did just that. Phase 1 of the estimate complete. In my mobile command unit, I filled out the information specific to the estimate and printed it. Our one-page contract already printed on the back for efficiency. While it was printing, I emailed the client a digital copy along with some images of our previous work. I uploaded the images to my drive. Paper estimate, tablet, and magnet in hand, I marched back to the house. Phase 2 complete. Back at the house, I would always knock. Always remove my shoes, even if they told me not to. I would hand them their estimate, say my 3-sentence summary, and let them ask questions. I would then work in my 4 to 5 bullet point summary of one of our standard operating procedures, letting them know exactly what we would do to their blank. I would ask them if they had any questions, then I would leave. Phase 3 complete. Navigate to the next. From doing over 800 estimates a year, I honed this process to a razor's edge, constantly riding the balance between frenzied and dwelling. I'm brief and bright. I'm impatient and I love task completion. I also have a confession. Every time I walked up the sidewalk to a door, I was not enthusiastic. But every time I walked back down the same sidewalk after the estimate, I had a deep sense of satisfaction, and I cherished the interaction with that human. I've had a tenuous relationship with selling. I don't do many things that people say you should do. Pre-qualify, ask for the sale, or do an assumptive closing. I've also been really surprised that most of my clients care very little about paint or painting, or about me. 2 things I thought would have been a great competitive advantage. And I've had to come to grips with the fact that most of these interactions are transactional, not relational. My data set would tell me that people don't want to be taken advantage of, or have the feeling that they're being taken advantage of. And in the end, my competitive advantage turned out to be simply and genuinely not wanting to take advantage of people. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.